What's up, everybody? I hope all is well with you. Hey, look, we're going to be talking about getting our Sunday morning service ready as far as tech. Um, Today, we're going to go over ProPresenter things. What do you need to make it work, and basically how to get it going. But before we even get into the software, let's talk about the hardware. I use all Apple products. So if you're a PC guy looking for knowledge through this, you can watch, but I'm not sure how much you're going to get since I don't really know the PC side of things. However, so there are two types of computers that I can recommend to you. One is going to be your Apple with the i chip, with i7 or i9. You don't want to go any lower than that. Or the Apple with the M chip, and you can go 1, 2, or 3 with that one. The M chip does make things a little bit rough because you have to do a lot of workarounds with the M chip. The I chip, you can kind of get what you got to get when you got to get it. It's an older format, but it works well. Both need at least 16 gigabytes of RAM to work properly, in my opinion. The M chip is great for all kinds of things, and it can do this just fine. The I chip, in my opinion, is just a little better for what we're doing. It's more simple. I wouldn't say better, but more simple to use. So let's look at the problems with the M chip. The problem with the M chip is this: lack of ins and outs. So if you have an M chip computer and you want to run a camera in and an external monitor out, aside from the one that you get, you have to buy hardware for it. And another thing is you only have like 3 altogether that you could really use as far as ins and outs. So, you know, what the M chip does is it gives you your user monitor, and then it'll give you one external display, which I would use for projection. And I would have to buy a capture card to bring video in, or I would have to buy a monitor to have a stage display. So let's break this down real quick. What did I just say? I said the M chip, no matter what computer you get, either one, you're going to need one, a way to view what you're looking at. So your user monitor. 2, you'll need a projector monitor, something to project for your congregation. And 3, you need a stage display. As far as video in after that, you're kind of working with stuff. The M chip, you really have to kind of finagle it and make it move. But the I chip, you can just kind of plug it in until you run out of ports. I'm going to show you a workaround for the M chip. All right. The M chip, since it only gives you one external display, you have to kind of buy another product to get that stage display going. So your regular monitor, your ProPresenter, and then you would use this for your stage display. So anytime I buy an M chip computer, I automatically just buy one of these because I know I'm going to need it. Now, if you want to bring video in to your computer, no matter whether it's the I or the M chip, you're going to need this, okay, or a capture card in general. I use all Blackmagic stuff because it just works. It's all reliable. Everything I use is Blackmagic, my switchers, my cameras, everything, except for my PTZ over here. But for me, I prefer Blackmagic. Now, to do long runs from, say, you want to run a display in the front of your house and your computer's in the back of your house, well, how do you get that signal, and how you get that signal to be reliable? I use SDI because SDI has a length of about 300 foot before it starts to fail. I've stopped using HDMI altogether past like 50 foot. I won't use it anymore. I don't even like to go 50 foot with it, if that tells you anything. Depending on how it's made and the quality of it and stuff like that, it gets really unstable. However, if you buy fiber HDMI, you can go, you wouldn't even worry about it. You couldn't buy a piece to, you know, if you don't have a ton of money, you couldn't buy a piece where it'd run out. It's more expensive to do it that way, though. I've looked, and I'm going to show you the way to do it that is the cheapest. When I do installs for a church, this is what I use. I use SDI, and to convert it, I use these. All right, not that. Bidirectional converters. Now, whenever I buy this, I always look and I always make sure that it comes with the power pack that comes with it. The good news about these is, yes, they will work off the USB port off the back of your TV, depending on how much power it puts out. Mostly, it works just fine with the newer TVs. The bidirectional, I always buy these because if you buy the SDI to HDMI or reverse that or whatever the case may be, well, then you're stuck with one way, and say you need it a different way and you only have another box somewhere. It's worth purchasing the bidirectional. That's all I'm going to say. It's worth it. So basically, you need one at your TV and you need one at your computer. And then in between, whatever length of SDI you're going to use. All right. So that's pretty much the hardware. So you'll need a computer. And that computer will have to have, for an iChip, it'll have to have a minimum of your i7 or i9, 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's minimum. And for your Apple M-chip computers, you're going to need to think about workarounds to get the full thing. You're going to need 3 monitors. You're going to need your user monitor. You're going to need your front of house monitor for your congregation, and you're going to monitor. You're going to need your front of house projector or monitor or whatever it is you're using, and then you're going to need your third one, which is going to be your stage display. Remember, if you have the M chip, to make that work for the third monitor, you're going to need to buy this product right here or something like it. Okay, I always recommend Blackmagic, but there are other things out there that are probably cheaper. They're just not as good quality. And then if you want to bring a camera in, this is what you'll need. Okay? All right. So that's pretty much it for hardware that you'll need to do this process, other than whatever TVs or projectors that you're running. That's pretty much it for the hardware portion of this video. All right. I hope that helped you. And we're going to be going to other things here in a little bit. All right. Thank you.